Thanks.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first Health and Wellness Subcommittee of the year. I would like to call it to order. We all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So first, thank you all for being here. Probably best to go around the room and introduce ourselves. If you don't know me, I'm Sean Wiggins. On this committee. I am the chair of this committee. I apologize it took so long to get this meeting going, and I promise that we will continue to have it. But I don't know if one to go left or right. I'm going to go left.
So for Rick's, I work with Kristen on the SEL team, working with the grant program.
Dave Kroll, middle school teacher over at Vets, also athletic site supervisor over at Vets.
Allison Raza, school nurse over at Holloman.
Jen Palmer, general manager for Aramark.
Lisa Schultz, elementary executive director.
Tim Kane, secondary executive director.
Bill McCaffrey, superintendent of schools.
Kristen Murray, I'm the SEL coordinator.
Again, thank you all for coming. We on the agenda we have obviously what health and wellness is. I know that this is incredibly new to me, and so I know people I've watched the meeting even that in many, and how important this committee is and what it does, right? So it's about the health and safety of all the kids and keeping kids obviously eating well and also active. So it's usually Miss Federal would be here and she would give her spiel. She's not here, so this is the spiel I'm giving through the guidelines that I read. But this is the only federally and state mandated committee for the school committee. So this is federally and state mandated. We have to have these meetings, and it's very important to have them. So obviously there's been some delays due to other things. So I'm looking forward to getting this all started. So that's kind of, as a whole, it's the year just started. We're starting off with the breakfast for the school wellness leaders. That's happening on October 16th. I am attending. I believe Kristen's coming.
Yeah, there's two.
Yes. So we're gonna have a really group of 10.
I got
right?
it.
Group of 10 that we and they provide us with an enormous amount of like literature and literally speaking. It looks like a great event. I've been researching online.
It's really good. Yeah, and there's all kinds of local food that they prepare, so you get a really nice breakfast too. And there's all kinds of booths set up, so you can visit all different types of vendors. And that's where we picked up some school gardens last year. So there's a lot of good opportunities at the breakfast.
So, and as far as like the old business, I took from the last agenda from the last meeting. It's about recruitment. All right, it's about getting more people involved in this committee to do more. Right. So, this is a good turnout, but we want to get more community members involved. We want parents. We will have a student involved. I do have one student involvement. He's unfortunately at a Pilgrim soccer game at the moment, and was a conflict. But he does intend to be attending the meetings the rest of the school year to be a part of this. He's a senior at Pilgrim. And we're going to push out that to other students as well.
We're gonna be starting advisory groups, one at the middle school and one at the high school level. So it'll kind of be like a focus group, but I can try and see if some of those kids who are stepping up to be in those advisory groups, if they could attend the wellness committee meetings as too. I think
that'd be great.
So at least we can get some kids, from the different grade levels.
Yeah, and different feedbacks from different levels, right? Obviously, from not only just nutrition, but to activity and keeping them moving. So that'd be great. And obviously, we're getting some phys ed, we're getting teachers and people involved. I have spoken a little to Parks and Recs about this. Very briefly, I spoke to Holly Weber. I'm not sure she's quite ready to join but she's part of Parks and Rec. And she's, willing to help in any way she can, as we go forward. And then, obviously the community and we just need to get it out there, get the word out there. So that's sort of where I'm at. This is where it kind of becomes more of a discussion of sort of where a focus that I know came up during a school committee meeting by superintendent, the superintendent and myself talked for a while about creating an intramural sports program in middle schools. I know it seems maybe daunting, but what we discussed was there's an enormous amount of sports, enormous amount of kids who try out for sports who are let down. And we want to give them opportunities to do other things. We talked about flag football, we talked about baseball, wiffle ball, lacrosse. I just gave a few examples on the agenda. And so I just wanted to get kind of some feedback from the people in this room and see kind of how they feel about that. I mean, that does come with the need of volunteers, the need of possibly getting the high school involved. So say we do flag football in the spring, not the fall, and have seniors off season. Maybe some of the seniors who are not playing a spring sport come help other teachers. You could ultimately say if that's with all the kids that you have, that's 1,200 kids.
Yeah.
You could have 4 teams and have your own little league that can play. And I'm not saying it needs to go for 2 hours and go for an hour after school. Something
Traditionally in the past, intramurals ran until the late buses came, which was usually an hour.
Yep.
So we'd schedule it like football would be 20-minute halves. There were usually 8 teams that played a night. So, things were planned out like that. Basketball, we didn't play full court. We played cross court because you could get more kids involved and more teams on the court. So there's a lot of things to do over at Vets now. You have is the issue of the high school sports needing the facilities. So it'd have to be well planned out. Spring might be a tough time for any sports because Kurt and I were just talking about 3 baseball teams using our facility in the spring, along with possibly lacrosse, depending on how Kenny schedules that. And there's also middle school tennis and other things going on over there. So you have to find the space for it. Part of the space inside would be between seasons. And so you could find that between seasons, but you'd have to lay it out on paper like cornhole. That could be done in the calf probably.
Yeah, that cornhole was one of the ones I thought would be a great specific winter sport, right? Obviously indoor. And thinking again with baseball, I look at the field dormant, now. The softball field in the back is dormant. The softball field at Pilgrim is dormant as well. I'm not saying no, we're going to up there, but everything we were looking at when we were speaking were the opposite of when the kids were actually playing their sports. Like if we were doing volleyball, one of the things I think gets lost too, I've been thinking about it a lot, is the girls' sports and specifically in field hockey and lacrosse. Most girls are used to field hockey. They have no idea what it is or how to do it. It would be wonderful to have somebody like a Steph Shields and some members of a team or the Tollgate team come and do examples or just clinics for the girls to see what those sports are, because they go in 9th grade and they're looking for a sport and they see field hockey, they play it. It's pretty daunting at the beginning, but if you know it going in, it's going to help in keep kids playing sports. I'll go back to football. If we have the football kids helping additional, flag football, they go with formations and things they're doing in there. They get excited.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're growing the football program. Same thing for like you're doing basketball. If you do a 3-on-3 program, same like that. You're growing a basketball program. Like the difference that I see now is like you have 70 people trying out for soccer, right? And then you go to high school, there's no cuts. You have 70 kids trying out for basketball. Go to high school, there's no cuts. You go, and all these kids are giving up. They're giving up, and I want to I don't want them to. I want them to stay active. And so this is obviously, I'm sure you can tell, it's very passionate to me. And just so you have a background of where I come from, like I've been coaching for over 2 decades, big basketball and soccer. I've been president of a Little League, 7 years, or member of a Little League for almost 20 years. And soccer and basketball, I've created programs at different levels where I just want kids. And I never had best teams. I made this very clear. We just had fun. We literally just want these kids to do some activity. And I think that could help the internal elements of the schools. Like, I think having some excitement to get ready to do something after school that is like people cornhole. I mentioned cornhole. It's funny. We were at Chase event, and I was talking to a couple of those few kids I was there, and they were like, "I'll play cornhole in a second." Like they'll do it in a second. And it's Dr. Schultz.
Yes, do I raise my?
You don't have
hand?
to. Just you do you.
All right.
Yeah, ring the bell.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Oh my goodness. So I love this idea for many different reasons. I think that it aligns very well with Superintendent McCaffrey's vision, because he's brought this up a lot, that we need to help
This is his idea.
grow this. Oh, okay. Okay.
We spoke.
Love it. I'm just wondering, because it sounds like it's going to be volunteers that are going to help. I'm wondering, are the kids going to pay like a nominal fee to be part of it, to pay for the equipment? Or are we going to use what we currently have?
That's what we
That we get to talk about?
Yeah, this is what,
Okay.
this is why we discuss.
I think if we approach like Steve Marola,
Yeah.
we could be able to get some grant funds for
Mhm.
from the Act Foundation.
So, Bill, I don't know, you and I have spoke before about that. There was $5,000 that I pulled in, probably, Joe was still principal, so that was probably 3 years ago. I don't know whether we still have that in the system or whether that was sent back. But there was $5,000 that came in as a grant that was in the system, and we just could never get it underway for whatever reason or another. So, knowing Steve willing to give us money.
Yep, I've dealt with Steve every year. There's a little, I know, 5 times every year.
Yeah.
He's, if anyone doesn't know, the Act Foundation, the Act Foundation is a foundation that is made for for activities. They cater towards not only just high school sports or middle school sports, but they also cater towards any volunteer organization that needs money for equipment or anything for kids. It's Steve Marola is the caretaker of the trust, and you just have to have a valid reason and provide what you're buying, and they'll provide you with that up to 5,000. If you needed more, you can get on your grovel a little bit and get a little bit more. And I do see this being, obviously it's a huge endeavor, right? So we can't look at 17 sports at one time. We would have to look at, like I said, probably one singular sport to start.
And I think the athletic director dropped off a bunch of flag football equipment for the NFL to each school. Recently, he said he did. He said he dropped it off at Vets, he dropped it off at Windman, he dropped it off at Tollgate and Pilgrim. So it must be floating around the school.
It must be somewhere. I have not seen it yet.
Yeah, he said he got something from the NFL Foundation recently, so he had dropped it off at schools. I could verify that.
Okay.
That'd be great. I mean, anything that we have.
But at least to start, there's equipment available.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We always used to use the phys ed equipment.
But if there's something,
Yeah.
something that's already there, that's already new,
Yeah.
why not use it, right?
And speaking to the, you want to speak to both football coaches at both Tollgate and Pilgrim. I spoke briefly with Blake. He loves the idea. And I think all the coaches are super excited about recruitment, right? At the idea of where kids are going nowadays. Unfortunately, we are losing kids to other sports organizations due to pathway programs, things of that nature. But if we provide that love, and then they're also beating the coaches, like say Blake or Steph Shields comes over from Toyota. She starts talking about that. I think that means a lot to these kids. I think it could actually be a very, very, very positive situation.
My focus wasn't, it was get kids active, get them
Yeah,
involved.
get moving. Yeah,
Keep
that's
them
what
Right.
it is.
keep them with a core group of kids that have similar interests, whatever that might be. Even if it was some sort of an exercise group interview, like.
Yeah.
Like Zumba? I heard you're really good at that.
Just like,
Will you be
like
doing
the
those
NFL play
classes?
16.
The Zumba classes? But the things like, it doesn't, again, it doesn't necessarily have to be sports. There's chess, there's, I mean, the middle school is lacking in extracurriculars. And I think having a little bit more of those elements are, I think, again.
You do know we have a game club and a chess club.
Oh, you don't just, I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah.
but the thing is,
My apologies.
ask me, I don't know who runs it, and that's, I don't, it might be a vacant position right now,
Yeah.
but there is.
I know there was at one time, I haven't heard much about it as of.
I just don't think it's run, nobody's run it and nobody's advertised it, so, you know. It's just like.
The only thing that discourages like kids from doing these, like the department night, and this is from my own daughter being at vets, it's at the same time as after school sports. So
Yeah.
kids are having to pick between catching up on their academics or their cross, my daughter's cross country. So they're having to pick between the two of them. And if they don't go to practice, they feel guilty, even though they should have gone to math
Mhm.
department night. I just kind of don't like how they're at the same time every day. It really discourages from kids from keeping up on their academics. I wish there was a different, like a little bit of a different time frame, maybe like right after school's department night for half an hour, and then sports start at 3:00 or something like that. Cause they do conflict. Like it's good that we have it, but they're conflicting.
It's a late bus issue though.
Yeah,
Like,
and
that's the
that's a
problem.
huge thing. So pointing that out.
Yeah.
There's not one coach that would deny a kid. going
No,
to
no, I
department
know
night,
that.
Or all they have to do is communicate.
Yeah,
and-
no, I
and
understand
Kids
that.
do that all the time, but certain things just.
I
that's
wish,
the way-
like, I wish you could go to both, I guess is what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and I'm sure there's other parents that feel that way, like you have to pick, you're like kind of forced to pick
Yeah,
which one you're going to go to. And no, they don't hold it against you, but it's just they're at the same time. So
And unfortunately, when it's later like that, you're getting lose busing.
Yeah.
And
No, I
then it becomes
understand.
on the parents or
mhm.
guardians or maybe even kids who are. I don't want to say that in like high school you had older kids driving younger kids, and so some situations like that I don't love. Like I don't love my son who's a senior who has to drive a freshman when it's technically something. It's anything that happened. Anyone's supposed to have excellent people to call. So, but I agree. I mean, to Ms. Close, I know for a fact that my son has missed soccer
Yeah.
department nights because that's what he
You have
has
to,
He
yeah.
has to. So and especially my son. I'll just leave it at that. But it's, so like, that was sort of like, again, starting this out, this is where I was, Mr. McCaffrey and I we had a very long conversation about it, very passionate about it. We're very passionate about activity. We're very passionate about obviously academics as well. We certainly don't want anything
Right.
to impact that in any way, shape, or form. We want to make a healthier society, right? So that we want to make a healthier society for these kids, and ultimately, the more things we can provide them, and they can say no, and they can do more, different things. But I think, I found so many kids, especially baseball, and I can only do this from personal experience. Saying those kids, they get cut when they're in sixth grade. They're this big in sixth grade, right? And they get cut, and ultimately 70 kids go out, and they're like, I'm done.
They just
I'm
quit.
done.
Right?
And that shouldn't discourage a child. Like, I mean, it's middle school sport. It's a huge population. We're trying to, do its best. And I think the coach has done well. You take as many kids as you can.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, you take the kids who are better, 7th and 8th grade, giving them a little bit more of an opportunity, because knowing that sixth grader hopefully comes back. And he does. I've heard him speak to the kids to come back and try it again.
Is there like a JV and a varsity in middle school, or just all one?
It's just one.
just one,
Just one.
it's,
Like maybe if they had a sixth grade team.
We actually talked about that too. As
Some schools have large schools have two teams.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
The field facilities would have to
we would be in
We're in
trouble.
tough shape right now.
Yeah.
Until the new schools are all up and running.
So I was thinking if you did something like cornhole, it's an easy one, right? You can put it.
I would say
anywhere.
cornhole is to Mr. Cole's point, you could just put it in the,
Yep.
in the cafeteria.
I'm thinking
Yeah, I
wiffle
wanna
ball
say
too.
Wiffle ball too. Wiffle ball is actually
Wiffle ball is
being
huge now.
done now. Like, so they're actually, like, I know that people who do wiffle ball were at school. My son did it when he was in 7th, 8th grade and 9th grade. They had wiffle ball tournaments and like right after school to come home, they had wiffle ball tournaments. I know Blue Beach does something fun with the PE teachers to do something afterwards. So I think those are easy. You're right. I agree.
It's pure fun.
And
too.
they're
It's-
cheap. I hate to say
Yeah,
it.
it's cheap,
They're very inexpensive.
Do
space
badminton.
flexible.
Yeah.
You can
Do
put
Badminton,
that
badminton in the
yeah.
gym. Kids love that.
Put them in a corner.
I love
like, with a-
badminton.
We'll always worry about gym space, but like volleyball, right? Because that's also like, and when I think about like obviously both boys and girls, giving them the opportunity to do, there should be opportunities for both. They shouldn't be. It should be unisex, and they should be both able to play. So like, I think that like I see girls who play my little league, and honestly, it's so awesome because they're better. Some people are better.
Yeah.
But they have to switch to softball. Like this one young lady, she's at Vets, and she's in 6th grade now, or 7th grade now, and she's crossing over to softball. And and she's looking forward to doing that, but she loves baseball. And I told her she didn't have to quit. If she wanted to try, but any I think again I talk about I focus on the field hockey element only because I just know it's one of those sports where it's just like, what is this? Well, like the girls, they come in like they don't, because there isn't like a field hockey organization.
There's a rec league though.
Is there?
Yeah,
Is it?
There
East
is.
Greenwich runs
East
one.
Greenwich, but
Yes.
not Warwick. But not Warwick.
No, but East Greenwich runs it.
Okay.
North Kingstown runs it too. I'm gonna go backwards. I'm gonna go in the way back machine.
Mhm.
Okay. So we used to teach field hockey in phys ed class.
Mhm.
Okay. And we did intramurals after school field hockey
Really?
back in the day. Jim McGarry, Nancy Leonard,
Betty Murphy.
Betty Markey, yep, and all those people, Patty Ray over at Aldrich, all those people ran a field hockey league, and it helped promote interest in the sport. Well, during the move, we had probably about 100 field hockey sticks. We don't know where they went to move. That was supposed to come over from Gorton here. So I'm not a field hockey person, but I would be willing to try and learn the sport, just like anything. There's no interest in teaching it over at Vets right now, but I'm not saying it couldn't be done in the future.
Yeah.
So it helps if you have somebody promote it.
Yeah, Steph Shields is somebody. Again, she's busy at the moment, but she's somebody who's I've spoken to on several occasions about it.
Yes.
She's incredibly passionate about
Yeah. Yeah,
about the sport.
because when she comes over to recruit, I said
She
the
does come
cafeteria with
over.
her.
She does come over.
Yeah. But it has been done in the past, field hockey, volleyball, for instance. Ariana Greco.
Yep.
She ran a volleyball unit between the winter sports and the spring sports. It was 2 or 3 days a week. She had 70 to 80 girls and boys after school, and it worked well. She had to cut the numbers up because there was that much interest. And it helped her. I want to say she had close to 40 girls trying out for the Pilgrim volleyball team. Unfortunately, she couldn't keep 40, but it shows what the interest is, you know. So there's interest there. It's just a matter of finding space for it and getting it done. So
And that's really where we're at. It's finding space for it, getting it done, getting volunteers, getting the equipment again.
What do you think? We survey kids now at this point? And see what the interests are, see which ones rank up there, and then maybe we could put something together this week and then push it out.
Yeah.
And
yeah, the survey would be really good. I mean, I think you're going to get a lot of interest, you know.
I think flag, yeah, I think to your point.
At the elementaries, they have like a multi-sport after-school program. So you could think about like doing multi-sports
Oh,
instead
that's
of just
interesting.
one sport. Then you could do multiple things, and then they would get different types of activity, exercise.
They each week, there's a different approach.
Yeah,
That's a fun idea.
you don't have to make it flag football every week. You could do multi-sport.
Whatever we do, the more they get connected to the school, the better they do.
Yeah.
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 Kids that are disconnected, they end up in trouble,
Mhm.
they make bad decisions, and then we don't want that.
Would it be like like Monday through Thursday, or would you do it like one day a week?
Whatever the late bus, we make sure we
Yeah.
complement the late bus
Yeah.
schedule.
Yeah. There's definitely research that needs to be done as far as
Yeah.
the bus is a big deal, and then ultimately the classic like schedule is a big deal. Making sure that we have the time and have the space, and to the superintendent's point, I mean, the scope we're limited in space right now, unfortunately, because everybody's at vets.
See-
And at Wyndham, you know, we have the gym, but we only have that one field.
Yeah.
If you want to call it like,
And that's where you're gonna run into problems, you know, at Whitman.
yeah, Wyndham.
But you could do something on you could create come up with a game or on their tennis courts. You could use the tennis courts, but you know,
I didn't put pickleball on there just because I know how important pickleball is, and how popular it is at the moment. But pickleball is something that I was also thinking about because
Yeah.
kids today, like my son's 9, he plays pickleball. We play
Mhm. People
pickleball
love
on
it.
our drive. Yeah, we play pickleball on our drive.
Yeah.
That's what we call that. So he loves doing it.
here's a game, nitro ball. It's got a net, similar to volleyball. Instead of pushing the ball up in the air, you have 3 bounces to get it over. I had a student teacher last year that did a unit on that, and I thought it was a very good unit, which you could run at vets. You have 6 tennis courts, so you could get, 36, 72 kids out there, keeping them busy.
There's a bee, everybody, watch out behind you.
I know, I was just noticing that since I'm allergic.
Oh, you're
Oh,
allergic.
goodness. That's not good.
Have you got the pen?
I do.
Okay.
For some reason, they'll come my way.
Yeah.
This comes with your new duties.
Yeah.
He's gonna make it on the
Let me turn
camera.
off the light.
You wanna open the door? Maybe
Yeah,
go
yeah.
fly out into the
that's a
hall?
good idea.
I was gonna say it's fucking hot.
Yeah, I agree.
There you go.
We do a survey,
See if maybe they'll draw out there with the light.
the next meeting.
The dog is
Over again.
Next, yeah, exactly. Yep, next, we're all over again. After we have the data. And to this, whatever we can find too, as far as like
Mhm.
equipment.
Equipment.
Yeah, that's the thing. If there's equipment hiding somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, we have decent equipment, but it's all stuff that we teach.
You need.
You need, yeah.
But the thing is, my flag belts, we use them for flag football out there. We use the same flag belts when we ran a league over here at Gorton for 15 years before they cut the program. So everything was used. I mean, cornhole boards, like I said, we have probably about 16 boards.
Who we have? 16. That's right. Yeah, 16. I have a
Swear they all are.
16.
We when they merged the schools, both schools had their little independent things that they did, but they had a lot of equipment because we did a lot of fundraising when we were at Gorton, and Jay Almeida and the company did the same thing over at Aldrich, and we ended up with a lot of equipment.
That's a good friendship thing. We have the two, your kids fighting together, fighting against with each other, like building best friends, or kids like maybe one's good, one isn't. One's teaching, one is teaching the other one how to play. I think cornholes are the best. I love the idea of it, especially in the winter when these kids sometimes can't get, for the most part, can't get outside at all. It's to superintendent's point again. The more that they're active, I think the less
Trouble.
active.
Yeah, they need to get the wiggles out.
The bad activity will go down, and that's why I think we both agree that like right away this is a great initiative. But at least and as soon as I mentioned it to Mr. Crowe, he was down for it immediately. He was so and getting somebody like yourself who wants to jump on it quickly and help. And, Kenny mentioned it as well, you mentioned it as well, Kurt was involved. So there's that. So we'll do the survey.
Yep.
We'll get the data. We'll see what might be in this building. Maybe if you need me to come down and search some crevices, I will. As long as it's not scary, I'll come down.
I may not return.
But and then so the next item is just brainstorming really of other items. Like one of the reasons why I wanted obviously Kurt and Kristen here is mental health of these kids are very important as well. And then we speak about it, and then it's spoken to at this meeting. That it's health and safety is everything, right? So it encompasses everything from the food to just the activity to the mental health benefits. So it's important to have people who have the intelligence and the experience to speak about it. Unfortunately, this Mario is on two committees, which I feel bad for.
And there's some great social workers and other mental health supporters in the district that also hopefully can join us as well.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I think we have some good things happening in the school. At the middle school, we have a couple of
He just found the window.
awesome. Peer-to-peer program that's been sponsored through Mark Collins, or Chris Collins Foundation, but by his dad. And so our two high schools are at least participating in that. I'd love to see the middle school. I think when we proposed it to them last year, they were like, I'm not really sure that this middle school is ready. However, they have a design program just for them, and really just tries to educate students about mental health and destigmatizing the idea that, not every day is perfect and we can get through things and, those kinds of things. So that's something I'd love to see, because I think that is fully funded by the Chris Collins Foundation. There's no cost to us at all. So it's just a matter of them just getting them on board.
Maybe just next meeting, I'll make them optional, Mr. Ryan and Mr. Haywood.
And Mark, Chris's dad, would be happy to come, and he spoke to all of the secondary principals. I think it was a year or so ago. But at that moment, they just weren't ready at the middle school level. Maybe at some point they will be.
And as really my last statement before anyone else, it came up yesterday, and I actually don't know how to say it, about snacks.
Oh.
So it's very important. Again, we don't at the elementary school level, obviously that our children are eating snacks, and we're trying to promote healthy snacks, things of that nature, but also that the teachers are allowing them to have snacks. And the chair of our policy committee has asked me to get the opinion of this group of whether or not there'd be a need for a policy regarding forcing. I don't know how to pronounce it.
So I think she's looking. She's concerned that not all classrooms are having the opportunity to have a working snack, and I think that was what she was worried about. That and hydration. She says, and you can understand, like the water bottles are getting bigger than the children, but I think that all day.
I can vouch for
But-
the water bottle. I have a child in elementary, and she'll come home upset because the teacher will make her put it way on the other side of the room.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they'll tell her, no, you can't get a drink.
Yeah. So I'm not at all trying to make fun of that, but they are getting so big, and I think that's what's causing such, chaos.
Mhm.
You've never seen them on the gym floor. So that's usually.
Or going down the stairs. Right?
But I find kids don't overdrink water. Like
No.
my
No.
kids don't overdrink water. If they're thirsty, they drink, and if they're not, they don't. It's not like they're drinking these huge things just to go to the bathroom in the middle of class. Like elementary, they know when they're
Right.
thirsty.
And Dr. Schultz, Schultz's credit, she has already addressed the issue to the schools, but we want to make sure that they're adhering to it, right? So if we say there's a procedure or policy and they're not adhering to it, we need to know about it. And one of the big discussions we had, Kristen, myself, and the chair was possibly was whether or not we needed to create an actual policy that says this has to happen. when we know that for the majority of the schools, we do believe it is happening, although it is hearing about the hydration element, if we're a child is discouraging.
So do we have a good read? Because I think that's what we were concerned about. It might be just one or two teachers.
I think it's more than one or two.
Okay.
Just
Should-
saying,
should
I
we-
think it
I
is.
mean, is this
We
I don't mean to keep on making this a survey thing, but is this a,
Well, I could try one more. I could send it directly to the teachers because I sent it directly to the principals last time saying, please ensure, make sure this is happening. But if you want, I could make it a directive to the teachers saying you must offer a working snack. If kids decide not to take it, you're not going to force them to take a snack, obviously, but to offer a working snack during the day and access to their water bottles.
that would be great, I guess. I
Okay.
think that would
Are
be-
we all, is that all right with you, Bill?
At my school, they just have
Okay.
trips to the whole class. Has
Oh,
trips
Hoxie does the same thing.
to fill them
Hoxie,
up.
yeah,
And
Hoxie
as far as
does
snacks go, if they don't have them, they come see me. I have a refrigerator full of things. They have the share box and
Yeah.
whatnot. So,
Yeah.
the same. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know about the
Teachers don't
snack
have a
part.
snack. I
We-
don't
we-
know.
We're not, I'm not.
Yeah,
Snack
I'm just
happens. It's
wondering,
the
but I know
water.
it at my school. It's like the water thing is not an issue.
Yeah, and I can say at Hoxie, it's not either or Sherman. But again, the particular schools in question, one school right now, there's a concern, and then obviously just hearing what you just said, I mean, we want to make sure
That was last year. I don't have any issues this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So
Yeah,
let's
I'll-
say that's covered.
I'll draft something and then Bill,
Yeah.
Tim and I can meet tomorrow and see if that sounds like a good plan.
'Cause
That's a good
if
idea.
you- if
Before we
could-
move to policy, let's see
Well,
if that
pol-
works,
As we talked about, if we create a policy, it's for everybody.
Right.
And so the high school kids are already eating their snacks in between classes.
Yes.
They're already, I mean, they
They're figuring it out.
They already, yeah, they know what's going on, so. But yeah, that's all in with my items. But I'm not sure, anyone else has anything they wanna, anything coming up?
No.
Or anything that we need to be aware of?
um,
No, I'm not pointing, so I'm sorry, I'm pointing right at you.
no. It's been good this year for my daughter in elementary, but they always had a snack too. Like no one ever stopped them, so that was always fine. It was just restricting the water bottle that I've seen. But I get it. The teachers try not to get them to go to the bathroom 20 times a day too.
I'm
But
not
as I
really
said,
sure it's all that, but I think
Yeah.
it's that they're so clunky, they're falling over. all
Maybe
the
they're
time. It could
tipping
be
and
that. Yeah,
spilling
yeah, it could
too.
be
Like
that
maybe
too.
if they have a straw one, maybe it tips.
I
Maybe they
don't
have to have a sealed lid to bring it to
Certain,
school.
Suction
certain bottles
Yeah,
do
cer-
have issues, and I'm
Yeah.
telling you because
So
I
that
deal
could
with
be.
You
them
deal with
all
it
the
all the-
time,
yes.
being a
Yeah.
phys ed teacher, and I'll never deny anyone, but
Yeah.
typically what they do, especially the sixth graders, they take them outside
Mhm.
when they forget them,
Yeah.
and then they want to go out
I
and
get
get
it.
them, and I'm like, you gotta wait until the next class, unfortunately,
Yeah.
to go get them. I can't leave you out there by yourself
Mhm.
and watch the locker room at the same time.
Yeah.
But
No, I get it.
it's the tipping that's the issue.
Yeah. I think that was it too. They were spilling like in the classroom.
So when you hear that metallic
Yeah.
clank, do you
Yeah.
just, 'cause I
just
do that
pray
with
it's
my
not
own
ahead.
kids. Yeah.
Right.
When it's
Yeah.
good.
Constant.
We had
Clink.
a 4-kid paper towel incident just
Oh,
today.
Yeah.
And those paper towels aren't the most
Oh, they're
absorbent. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost as good as
Oh,
a towel.
my.
They're all fun.
Yeah, invisible.
All right, so obviously it's gonna be here for public comment. As far as the next scheduled meeting, I is this a good time? I mean, as of right now, for me, this is a good time. I have no like Tuesdays.
I think
Is it-
Tuesday.
We find that
What day is it?
today's Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, I don't think it's
Tuesday.
gonna switch but for policy it's
Yeah.
on Tuesday too.
Yeah, but this won't
Yeah, it won't be
Yeah.
on that. No, I think it
just
should
that
be
this
fine.
other meeting. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Is this good for everyone? Tuesday is 4 okay?
Tuesday's not a good day for me.
Okay.
But I could get here like a little later, but if you guys just start and I will get here. My daughter has ballet at 4:00.
Okay.
So like I gotta get her there before I come here. That's why I was saying I might be a few minutes late,
Mhm.
but I can be a little late.
I mean, we could certainly start like 4:15. It's not a big deal. Like, as long as everybody's is good with that.
Yeah,
so I know
4:15
you
would
guys
be
are already here early, and I hate to keep everybody
Right.
late.
Forget, when did we do it
Especially-
last? I think we did it at 3:00 last year.
Yeah.
So not everyone could make it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But do you know how many times a year we have to meet?
Kenny's on it.
Go ahead.
I don't think
I
we
don't, I
have
think
to
it was
meet
like
every
4
month.
times when I was looking at that
Because I do have to say, last year we met every month and it felt very like repetitive and we
Yeah.
weren't accomplishing anything. I don't know, like we can meet every month and see how it goes. And maybe we need a little bit more time to accomplish things in between meetings. But I was just curious, like how
So
often do we
we're
have to
only
meet?
required to, I actually read
Yeah.
it.
Did you
I'm not-
read it?
I'm not-
I was like,
we're only required to meet 4 times.
Okay,
So 4 times, we could meet once a quarter. I would only want to meet sooner, or like, we could skip a month, obviously, we can meet in our, in November instead of October. And discuss more of this intramural, maybe that gives us more time to discuss what's going on with, what we have and what we can do, what we're getting from the data. I know that Mr. McCaffrey has a lot going on in this world.
Not much.
Dr. Schultz and Mr. King have a lot going on in this world as well. So like maybe an extra month. I agree with you. I went back and watched
yeah.
every
I'd
one.
rather be here than at a budget commission.
Yes.
Just step up a little short.
wow.
And if we have a bunch going on and there's a lot of things to address, you could meet more frequently.
Yeah.
But yeah, last year it did feel sort of repetitive. And like we weren't really accomplishing anything.
I am happy to make this.
So whatever you guys think.
What is so like, I'm happy to make
Any
this.
exhibits coming up at the, last year they had like the carrots at the, Oxy School?
I'll let you know. We're trying to work that in. We lost our chef manager over the summer.
Okay.
So Sean,
And due to just
when are you
financial
trying to get
constraints, we're
intramural
not going to have
going
another
by?
chef manager.
I want to do spring.
But we're gonna
Okay.
try
I
and do
just want,
something.
I want football. in
Yeah.
spring.
Okay,
was
so
cool.
we're gonna have to
Yeah.
find a spot for it.
He went to
Because
Providence
It won't
schools.
be
They
anywhere
gave
on
him
the
like an
baseball
upper.
field, and the
Oh,
football
higher.
field, from what I've been told, is going to be reseeded.
Oh, it is.
So,
That's right. It has to.
that's why I asked.
Is
But,
there
but you
is there
could
that little
get
space?
in right field,
Yeah.
depends on how many teams you're gonna play, have playing. You could use right field.
Yep.
A little bit of the softball field. And you could use the quad, but the quad now has some drains and stuff like that in there, so.
I don't want to use the front of the building just because of the main road, but you do have that big patch of.
Yeah, so there is space, but baseball's gonna take the majority of it. Because you're gonna have 3 teams at one time practicing out there. Possibly.
Well, we'll be through. Well, we'll talk about that another time. But there's gonna be some that go to Big Stevens. I think. My understanding.
Yeah, I mean, I've already asked Kenny if we could meet, but they decided that, so.
I think there's still more information coming in. About,
Okay.
whether the field will be ready to go. Just based on the fact that they exceedingly needs some
Yeah.
definite work.
Because theoretically, if you could run something between, because I don't think you're gonna get something in between the fall and the winter season, but you could get something between the winter and the spring season inside, if need be.
Cornhole,
Well, cornhole, or you
Start-
could do basketball, you could do a lot of different things, volleyball.
volleyball, yeah.
Okay, so there's some, depending on how things go, we could theoretically go in that time.
Right.
I mean, the fall, I think, is out because it's a late
The
start.
fall's out, yeah.
And between the,
I was even hesitant about the winter just based on the fact that until you mentioned the cafeteria, I wasn't even thinking about the cafeteria.
yeah,
I have both schools, both at women and at vets, so you would have the cafeteria open
Yeah.
to do different things.
because we're lucky we have the 2 gyms.
Women's will-
Whitman
Yeah.
only has the one.
They have a small gym. They have a small gym, right?
They have
Still-
the workout place.
Oh, that's a workout.
Yeah. I mean, they divide that gym with a divider, but they don't have 2. I mean, we have the competition gym and the small one's great for practice and for wrestling and other things.
They have like 675 kids now, so they're down
Yeah,
680 kids right in that ballpark. You were at 780 a few years back.
yeah.
You guys are still over about 1,100, almost 11.
Yeah, I know we're somewhere in that range, depending on who left and who came.
Changes daily right now.
Yeah, we at one point, when we first got there, we had, with the sixth graders, we had 12 almost.
Is there a break?
Hopefully, little things like this, because we get a lot of kids
25th, like-
in eighth grade starting to come in
Yeah.
from St. Kevin's and
Thanksgiving.
other places because they want the sports.
And so it's that weekend with that.
They have pop-up nets too. You could do golf, like indoors.
Yeah, there's,
We have one at my house. My kids love it. They just pop it up and they start hitting golf balls into it.
we have, frisbee golf.
Mhm. Yeah.
We've set up a 9-hole course before,
Mhm.
but again, that needs space. And, you could be creative and,
Yeah.
and create something in the back. But there's always something. It's just a matter of what.
Yeah.
But like I said, there is a games, there was an appendix B game position. So I don't know whether any of these things could go under there. Sit and dormant.
Okay.
Yep.
Because Jay Almeida used to.
That'd be fun.
after
My
intramural,
kids love
he
that.
used to
Vintage
do
styles.
Yeah.
Games club.
They probably like it.
Because they don't do it normally.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
It's fun.
weird and like new and
11.
yeah.
So we could maybe do December 2nd.
And then you want to do 4 o'clock,
4:15.
4:15.
Yes, 4:15 on
That would
December
be
2nd.
good.
Sure.
Thank you.
That work for everybody?
Hopefully it gets me out of my faculty meeting.
Oh my goodness, silly goose.
And we can always look, again, the idea is to kind of maybe amp up this intramural element, and then ultimately maybe you just go to a quarterly. Once we meet 4 times a year, and that's what we're trying to do. So.
And if there's any homework we can help,
Yeah.
like if there's any homework we can help with, like trying to figure things out with the intramural, let us know. I don't know what I can do. but
Yeah, I mean,
If there's anything you need
I
help
would just
with.
survey the kids and.
So I think the survey is good.
Even if it's looking for donations,
I'll
we
read the
could,
piece
you
and
know.
see what we got,
That's
to see what we have.
Okay.
If we
Yeah.
can determine.
I'm
what we
afraid,
have,
I don't think there's enough much in the
Taking
boys' locker
inventory.
room.
we take inventory.
Yeah,
Dragged
survey would be
everything
so
we put
easy.
upstairs.
Just draft one up. It'll take 2 seconds to make it. Then boom, have the 2 middle schools send it out. Take it the same day during extended homeroom. Boom, shakalaka. Get that info tomorrow for you.
You good?
And
Mr. Cade?
Vets middle school would qualify for, they do qualify for after-school snacks.
They do.
So
That's
there's
an-
like a
that's an incentive.
caveat where you can't use it for organized sports, but if you're doing intramural
Yeah,
things,
that'll
I
work.
could check and see,
If you
but
could.
we could offer a snack too, and that would help the lunch program.
Yep.
The lunch program always needs money,
Mhm.
so I could look and see like if intramurals would, or an after-school multi-sports program, like as I said, if you did multiple sports, something like that, maybe it would qualify. I know like soccer does not qualify,
Yeah.
as a regular team sport, but maybe intramurals
I mean,
would.
if it's outside of being scholastic.
But I think even like a chess club or any of those things could qualify for an after-school snack too. And we have shelf-stable items, so.
I might come this week and see if they have the chess program.
Yeah, and like I said,
I know there was one time. I mean, that's
Yeah,
why,
there
that's why I
was.
mentioned it. Yeah.
but, I never was involved. I knew it happened, but I don't know whether it went by the wayside with budget cuts and stuff like that. Not sure.
And the idea is that, when we start these things, it can trickle down. Trickles down to elementary, and you already doing all sports after programs, but maybe it becomes a little bit more involved. We created a flag football league at Hudson.
Yeah.
On Sunday mornings.
That's cool.
So Sunday at 11 o'clock, we worked from 11 until the games went on at 1. We left at like 12:45, went to go watch the Patriots, and then
Did you have girls too?
yeah, girls,
Oh,
boys,
cool.
yeah, everybody played. Yep, girls and boys both played. Yeah, it was fun, a lot of fun, and it was all ages,
Mhm.
all ages.
I can help you.
So, and then older kids help the younger kids.
Oh, that's
Great.
cool.
So,
Can I help you?
Hello.
Hi, can I help you? Can I help you?
Hi. So I'm making a very late effort to the wellness committee.
We're just wrapping up now. If you want to come up, I can open the door. You can head up and we can check in.
All right. All right. I
No
will.
problem.
Yeah,
Okay.
great.
You're so good at that, Kristen.
Right?
Yeah.
You do that all day?
No.
So I'm assuming it's either Nicole or,
Yeah, I don't recognize.
We
I
have
don't know
Scott's daughter, it's someone Scott's daughter, didn't it?
anybody.
Maybe, but she,
She's at URI now. though,
She's
right?
Yeah,
she's
she's
at
at
campus.
URI.
Yeah, she's-
Didn't sound like,
Was Tim going to agree there?
I think so.
maybe on the phone, it should be coming from that way,
Uh,
Tim went that way.
Thank you.
But I think based on everything we've done, I think we could possibly adjourn.
Okay.
So that way that's just introduce ourselves to the person. But I want to thank you all for coming and looking forward to keeping this going and maybe doing something pretty cool.
Positive, yeah.
Very positive.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's a great idea, but it's a very tough.
And I am very happy about the tennis courts.
You look
They look
great.
great.
Yay.
They look
Yeah, but
phenomenal.
I
Both
do-
my kids play, are they not good? What's going on?
Just, and I'm a
It's
guy that likes things straight. So if you sit in the end parking
And
lot,
just look.
the first one goes like this
Oh.
and the rest
Oh,
of
they're a
them
little
go
crooked.
straight. Just the first one. So.
I'll take anything compared to what was.
Oh,
here.
yeah,
Right, yeah.
absolutely. I don't have to have the guy go out there and weed whack before a tennis match.
Right.
So,
Are you the tennis coach?
I am not.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm the site supervisor over there.
Oh, okay.
So.
I was like, wait a minute.
My daughter will play tennis in the spring.
No track?
No, she plays
Thumbs
tennis.
No track?
No.
Nicole.
She can do multiple sports.
She can? How
Yeah.
do you go if the
Recap,
practices
so
are at the same
recap A little
time?
bit so we can kind of.
We work around it.
Do an introduction.
You work around it?
I had a kid that scored and he's the number one tennis player on the Pilgrim tennis team this year as a freshman.
Yep.
The year before, he ended up with 4 medals at the state meet.
Wow.
So I had a kid played on the baseball team, finished third in the shot put.
Yeah. So you can kind of do both.
You
if
can
you're
do
good at
both,
something.
but you have to be able to manage
Yeah.
yourself and work things out. So, Matt Morris was the coach. He's pretty good at working around things and track. You can do a quick throwing lesson, throws in
Okay.
20 minutes.
3 spins.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Let it fly.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
we've been lucky. We've had some pretty good athletes over the last few years.
Yeah.
Your nominee for this committee, he won at the division meet. He won
Mr. Stuff.
four events, and he was the state champion. I want to say the 400,
I watched that. It was great.
and he got ill right afterwards.
He did. He threw up.
Yes.
And Mr. Rowe, though, Mr. Rowe also plays.
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, they both won, so that's
Can you
good.
adjourn the meeting?
I'm Jen. How are you?
Yes. I'm gonna, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'm the food
Second.
service
So,
secretary.
all in favor?
Aye.
How long have you been
Mr.
appointed?
French,
30 days. Nice.
We might say something inappropriate.
It's getting dicey.
This is when I'm.
I was gonna say